What is it that you personally seek in an adventure? I mean, I've been with people who, for example, have walked from the tip of South America to Alaska, and you can either describe what they've done as an ongoingness into a never-endingness, or going from nowhere to nowhere and seeing how long it takes you. What is it that actually sparks your imagination and spirit when you find yourself alone out there in pursuit of your adventurous dreams?
I am seeking, in a few words, the unknown in myself, not the unknown outside. The unknown outside is not anymore existing because we know everything. You find books, you find satellite pictures. So on the Earth there is nothing left to conquer. But we can still conquer the unknown, the deep, how you call it in English. In the rocks you have certain layers, especially if the rocks are made of limestone. And through this wilderness, through wild places, difficult places, dangerous places, I can go deeper and deeper in these layers of my unknown inner being. And knowing how you behave in case of possibility to die in the next moment, how you behave in case of big danger, of totally weakness after days and days of climbing. That is interesting for me. Also, the behavior between people, between a friend and another one, or myself and my partners. I prefer to go with partners and not alone. I did it a few times also alone because I was very interested in knowing how I can handle it, to stay alone far away from civilization. And I have a problem with it. I'm not made for a solo ascent, and I needed a long time to learn it. For example, in the Alps, when I did the big solo ascents of the most difficult alpine routes in the 60s, I could start never during the night, what is normal in the Alps. In the Eiger North Face, you go in normally at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I could only start with daylight, so I felt secure. I felt insecure in nighttime. Alone, nighttime in a big wall, it was not the right thing for me. And I always tried to do it without bivouacking, without staying in the night somewhere in a small cave in the wall, because I didn't feel well in the night alone. But later on, I learned to stay also for months alone and to handle it by myself, not being afraid for the fact that I was alone in the situation. And staying with other people on difficult situations is very interesting, to see how they behave. And there is no right or wrong, there's only facts. And for this, I'm very skeptical in all the ethical discussions and in morality. This should be taken out of climbing. And if we understand that climbing is not there for doing records or for doing many peaks or for listing up this peak and this peak, it's only a possibility to go very deep down in our hidden layers.
Let me